So, I got my wisdom teeth out last week and decided that it was a great time to do something I've always wanted to do. Lock the in and watch almost every single Park Chan-Wook movie I could get my hands on. Now, I had never cared about Park Chan-Wook before this. I don't know what came over me to do it. Now, I've seen Old Boy several times, but that's it. Old Boy is an amazing movie, but now, having seen everything except Joint Security Area, I'm sorry, Park, I was not familiar with your game. Old Boy ended up being near the bottom of my ranking, and that's way lower than I ever expected it to be. What kind of a director are you where Old Boy doesn't outshine the rest of your filmography? So I was sitting on the couch, ice pack wrapped around the face, barbecue sauce on my titties, going through Park's filmography one after the other. Decision to Leave, The Handmaiden, Thirst, Lady Vengeance, Mr. Vengeance. Day by day, my sockets healed, the stitches fell out, the soup was getting slurped, just watching masterpiece after masterpiece. Then, when I was almost done with my binge, I found out that his latest film, No Other Choice, had an early screening at the AMC near me in IMAX. So what a way to end this director marathon. I went in at 7 p.m. on a Monday, and I gotta say, No Other Choice.
예술에서나 가장 중요한 것이 생각, 창작자의 생각이 있으면 그 생각을 가장 정확하게 잘 표현하는 폼이 뭔가, 형식이 뭔가를 고민하는 거잖아요.
There are few directors whose passion radiates off the screen like this man. The camera work and technical aspects are so off the charts that one could think he's showing off. And I say let him show off, because it's not just one or two set pieces per movie or a scene here or there that does something you haven't seen before. No, Park seems hell-bent on using the medium he's a master in to tell stories in as dazzling and creative a way as he can. Park's movies feel like reading a novel. Not because of their breadth or scale or style of storytelling. I say this simply because if you look away from the novel you're reading, odds are you missed every single word that was written, right? Similarly, if you look away from a Park Chan-Wook movie, there is a solid chance that you will miss something. Now, odds are you will catch up or infer what's going on or figure out later why you were so confused. It's not because Park wants you confused or is being intentionally obtuse. If you lock in from second one and are focused on the story he's telling the whole time, you will not get lost. If cinema is a language, Park Chan-Wook is beyond fluent. A great example of this is in his detective noir romance film from 2022, Decision to Leave, where Park deploys tons of visual tricks to explain character motives, themes, internal struggles, everything. By the way, fun fact off the dome here, Park Chan-Wook goes fucking crazy with wallpaper, and I don't know why. It's specifically profound in Decision to Leave, and I won't even spoil it. It's like, you just have to see it to know what I'm talking about. But in every single one of his movies, just like vibe out with the wallpaper sometimes. It's interesting, his design choices. I don't know if it's him doing it or what, but his wallpapers are fucking genius. Tiny specific thing here. All right, back to the video. Anyway, our main character is spying on the femme fatale and at different points projects himself into her room, sitting beside her as if he's right there. And it's him imagining what being there would look like, but it's not literal. But if you look at your phone while he's in the car with binoculars, and when you look up, he's sitting there beside her in her room, you might be confused. Characters will say something incredibly important, but you may not realize it until way later in the movie. But if you didn't read that subtitle, you will be left out. I say all this from personal experience, by the way. I'm not talking down to anyone here. Lady Vengeance, I had to start over twice. Handmaiden, I watched over 2 days and rewound/rewatched several sections multiple times. I mean, shit, brain rot and ADHD have done a number on me, but I am very glad I persisted in watching these films, considering how rewarding they ended up being. Lady Vengeance uses flashbacks in a way similar to something like Kill Bill, but Park is giving flashbacks to tons of characters that we don't even really know or care about all the time. So he's just jumping back and forth in time to various people who our lead met in jail. It's easy to feel lost once you get distracted once. So maybe it's because I had nothing else to do but focus on these films as I was recovering, but part of me is just so impressed and even thankful that there's a director like Park Chan-Wook who meticulously crafts an uncompromising vision, who thinks out every shot as if it's his last. And he doesn't care about simplifying anything. He just cares about his art and his craft. I'm gonna get into his new film now, but please leave a comment if you'd like me to go deeper into one of his other films, because I can't cover every single one in this one video. It would just be too long, and I want to talk about No Other Choice. Despite the fact that I have a lot to say about all of them, maybe in a future video, please everyone say The Handmaiden. Okay. No Other Choice is about Yu Man-soo, played by Lee Byung-hun. By the way, sorry in advance for the pronunciation of any of these names. Speaking of my skin tone, Yu is passionate about the paper company he's worked at for years. And when he's fired due to the growing issue of automation and AI taking real people's jobs, he does not take it well. A father and a husband raising his family in his dream home that he's worked tirelessly to fix up. Now, the home may be foreclosed and taken away. His wife needs to go back to work. They have to get rid of their fucking dogs. And the weight of the world sits atop Yu's shoulders. Get a job of equal or greater value, or you are nothing in this world. So here's where the movie gets fun. In order to secure his spot at another paper company, Yu goes to crazy lengths to thin out the competition by way of trickery and ultimately murder. He will wipe out the competition, and then he'll be the only candidate available. Then he can save his home, family, and wife. The premise is Mr. Bean levels of silly and simple, also brilliant and hilarious, as Mr. Bean is. But No Other Choice chooses to be far more stressful than that, because a person's occupation is of course inherently tied to their self-worth, right? That's what No Other Choice is interrogating. What is a man without his job? He's still a man, and the job is nothing. To tie your self-worth to your employment status is a trick that capitalism has been pulling on us forever. This movie brings that idea to its bloody, ridiculous, and often hilarious conclusion. There are moments of humor in every Park Chan-Wook film. It's always effective and never feels forced, even if the movie is incredibly fucked up and disturbing. The way Park Chan-Wook deploys humor is pretty genius across the board, often derived from those dark situations. The contrast of absurd or sweet human behavior in the face of evil or sad circumstances is something Park seems endlessly fascinated by. The Handmaiden, Lady Vengeance, Thirst, all of his movies engage in some of the most detestable human behavior imaginable, but manage to still include moments of levity. It's a magic trick I do not understand, but I'm grateful that he does. No Other Choice is Park's most comedic film to date, though, something I did not expect going in. But it turned out so successful. The movie is constantly engaging with bits, whether through dialogue or flashback or audio design. It's not just jokes in the dialogue, it's visually told like everything. Again, Park, being the meticulous visual storyteller that he is, manages to get laughs through sometimes nothing but the framing of a shot or the use of a recurring phrase or motif. The iconic image from the trailer and poster of Yu raising a dripping potted plant over his head on the edge of a building is ironic and funny and heartbreaking and deep. See, Yu has a greenhouse, and his passion outside of paper is trees and plants. He spends a ton of the movie in there, so the idea of him using a plant, something he's passionate about, to drop on the head of his competition so that he could get a better corporate position is just interesting. There's a shot where his wife, Lee, goes up to her daughter to pull her back when she's sitting too close to the TV. The camera just suddenly pulls back from the TV like we're in her POV. It's just a simple idea, but when your movie is packed to the brim with ideas like this, it becomes what pretentious critics might call a rich text. No Other Choice is not just a comedy, though. Like all of his films, the comedy comes from dark situations, and this is no different. There are laughs drawn from bumbling murder attempts, chopping up bodies, apple trees, infidelity, digging graves. I won't spoil any major plot points right now, but would love to in a future video. Like I said up top, I wasn't sure what this video would be, but I knew I had to start somewhere, and that somewhere is just glazing the hell out of this Korean man's talent as an artist and storyteller. I can't believe how much fun I had watching all of these movies, and I can't believe how inspired and creatively nourished they made me feel. Every one of Park Chan-Wook's films is a full meal. You can't go wrong with virtually any of them, in my opinion. There's not a bad apple in the bunch. But I will say that if you start one of them, and I say this with as little condescension as possible, you should start them with the intention of finishing them and watching every second of them. If you're looking to actually watch a movie, you will not be disappointed. But I do recommend No Other Choice is a great first movie to watch because it's his most conventionally told story. There's not a lot of risk of getting lost in the details. It's very straightforward, so I recommend No Other Choice. But if you want my favorite Park Chan-Wook movies, watch The Handmaiden, watch Lady Vengeance, and watch Decision to Leave. It does not get better than those three. But please let me know your rankings or what your favorite or least favorite Park Chan-Wook movie is down in the comments. I really want to talk about this guy with you guys. Thank you all so much for watching this video and all my videos. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.